What's up, everyone? Welcome to Ashley Talks Movies. Today I wanted to talk about Dr. Sleep, the new film by Mike Flanagan starring Ewan McGregor, Rebecca Ferguson, and newcomer Kyliegh Curran. I hope I said her name right. Anyway, I got to see an early screening of the film and I was definitely interested in seeing it, and I have to say I enjoyed it a lot. Really enjoyed this film. So let's get to the review. Set years after the events of The Shining, Dr. Sleep follows a now adult Danny Torrance who meets a young girl named Abra who has similar powers. Throughout the film, he tries to protect her from a cult known as the True Knot, who prey on children with similar powers in order to remain immortal. So right off the bat, I will say most of this film really works for me. The ending, not so much, and I'll get to that in a little bit. The film is essentially a sequel to The Shining. So, if you like The Shining, there's a good chance that you'll like this film. However, I should say, or should warn you, that it's not trying to be The Shining, which I appreciated. Dr. Sleep is definitely doing its own thing, which might turn off some fans. It will be compared to The Shining, but again, you should know that it's really doing its own thing. It's weird, it's strange, but it's really good. The film pays enough homage to The Shining that it'll keep fans of the original film satisfied, but also people who haven't seen The Shining before or haven't read the book, the novel Dr. Sleep, which the film is based off as well, can come into it with a different perspective and still appreciate the film. Now, Ewan McGregor is in this film, and he's fantastic as Danny Torrance. However, Rebecca Ferguson steals this movie. Rebecca Ferguson plays Rose, and she steals this movie every time she's on screen. Every time. The way she talks, the way she walks, she's menacing, she's evil, she's just so fun to watch, and she definitely is the standout performance in this film. I will say I have to give a shout out to Kyliegh Curran, who plays the young Abra, and she's young, but she does such a great job in this role, so a shout out to her. I also want to mention the soundtrack for this film, which I think is another great positive in this film. It is its own thing, really. It becomes its own character, and it really ramps up the creepy factor that Mike Flanagan is going for in this film. Pacing is a little bit of an issue in Dr. Sleep. The film is over 2 hours long, and at times it does feel like it's meandering a little bit, and it's slow to start, but the story is interesting enough that it keeps your attention, and it helps that the film is sort of broken into sort of episodic plots. So at some points you're with Dan, Ewan McGregor's character, other points you're with the True Knot and Rebecca Ferguson's character, and then at times you're with Abra. So it breaks the film down into digestible pieces, and it keeps your attention. Now to the ending, which is the part of the film that just didn't quite work for me. It felt so different from the rest of the film that it felt a little out of place. And also, as I mentioned before, this film was very long. So most of the film is building up to this moment. All the pieces are laid out there to get to this point of the film, and it just there's not that payoff that I was expecting. I will say though about the ending is that if you're a fan of The Shining, this is the part of the movie that you'll probably appreciate the most, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So that's it for my review. Hit the comment section below, share your thoughts if or when you see Dr. Sleep. Please like and share this review, and don't forget to subscribe.